Hi friends, Krista here. Thanks for stopping by Books and Jams. I just realized that today is Friday and this is a weekend reading vlog. So, hi, here I am. It's 3:56 in the afternoon and I haven't vlogged anything because I totally forgot. But that's okay. I haven't really done anything except set up a Discord server for my patrons. Check. Did a load of laundry. Check. Worked on a puzzle in the kitchen, which you'll see later probably. Check. Have I opened a book? No, but I'm about to. I'm going to be starting a couple books today, but I haven't started any yet. But the first one, I'm going to be reading this Everybody Always with Chloe from Always Booked. We are reading this throughout the month of January. I think we're going to probably take about 2 weeks, so about 2 chapters a day. So I'm going to start this one in a little bit and read my chapters. I set up the Discord discussion group for the 2 buddy reads that I'm doing with my patrons. So I wanted to just kind of get started a couple chapters in. Both, I think, have relatively short chapters, which is nice. So this one is it's hard to see. I only have a little light on. This Tender Land by William Kent Kruger, and then The Sound of Gravel by Ruth Werner. This is a nonfiction. So 2 nonfictions at a time to start the year. Who even am I? But the fourth book that I'm going to start today, because who would I be without multiple books going at once? But the 4th book I'm going to start is This Time Next Year. I forget who it's by. I'll show you later. But that is a book of the month book that I picked a couple months, last month maybe. And it takes place over New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. I think that's when their birthday is. And so we kind of see them on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and that is like a big part of the book. So of course I wanted to read that this weekend when it's the brand spanking new year. So Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. Today is January 1st. I don't have anything planned for today. I am going to pop over to church in a little bit and get stuff set up for Sunday. We're doing a PJs and a movie day on Sunday because it's the first Sunday in January and we're not expecting loads of people. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully there is lots of people, but we're just going to watch a movie and have snacks and stuff. So I'm going to make a little bag for everybody so nobody has to reach into anything. Tomorrow, I'm going for a walk with a friend to Colonial Williamsburg. So that will be fun to share with you. And then Sunday is church and reading and the normal stuff. So I don't know what else is going on this weekend that might be fun, but this is a vlogging weekend. So here we are. It might just be a mellow one and that's okay. But I'm going to get started with this and I will check in with y'all later. Hello. It is Saturday morning. I am headed to my friend Christine's house. We are going to drive 45 minutes or so to go to Colonial Williamsburg to just walk around, get some fresh air. It's going to be about 60 degrees today, which is lovely for a winter day. I will take it. Thank you, Virginia, for the climate that I love. I am not sure how long we'll be there or what else we'll end up doing, but come on along with me. It'll be fun. I did get some reading done last night. I am being the worst vlogger this weekend because I didn't film a clip last night, but I read just over 100 pages of This Time Next Year, or This Time Last Year. I forget now what it's called. I haven't showed you a picture of it yet, but I will. I will probably finish that this weekend if I get any reading time tonight, because it's a very quick, light story about these 2 people who were born within minutes of each other. Their mothers were in the same room in the hospital and helped each other with that birthing process. And the one, it was right at 1990, I think. And the first person born in 1990 in that hospital, I guess, was going to receive some prize. And of course, the mother who seems to have it all is the one whose child was born first. She names her son Quinn, which is the name the other woman was going to name, whether she had a girl or a boy, was going to name her child. And so that other mother felt like she couldn't use that name because now the name Quinn is all over the news and in all the newspapers because he won this great prize for being the first child born. So story plays out where these 2 people, one of them seems to have all the luck, Quinn, and seems to have everything handed to him, life on a platter, beautiful, wealthy, all these things. The other one, Minnie, whose name is Minnie Cooper. Her parents didn't put that together until she was a little older, until weeks after her name was already born, or until her name was already given and everything. Minnie Cooper, oh my word, she was made fun of. And every year on her birthday, on January 1st, things just seem to go wrong. And her mother really plays into this idea of you're so unlucky. It's so unlucky that you didn't get the prize and that all these things. So the mother really plays into that and feeds into that idea. So she just really hates her birthday every year because things just seem to go wrong. So we're kind of following these two characters. Of course, they have met already. We're not even halfway through the book. They've met, and it just is going to turn into a lovely romance, I'm sure. I'm just really enjoying it. So that's fun. I also barely started This Tender Land. I think I've read the first 2 chapters. Really like the writing style. I'm getting drawn in. And I also barely started The Sound of Gravel. Also think I read like 2 chapters or 3 chapters of that one. If you're going to be reading that one this month, or if you picked it up because it sounded interesting, I definitely want to give a content warning because I kind of flipped through a little bit as I was getting ready for bed last night. And there is quite a bit of pedophilia, sexual assault of a child, or sexual misconduct, like abuse, ultimately, of a child by a father figure. So that is not cool. But I do want to give that content warning for that book. Because I have a feeling that's one of the main threads, one of the main things that goes all the way through. And the one passage that I kind of skimmed through was pretty descriptive of what actually went down. So, not cool. But I just want to give that warning in case that's something that you try to avoid in your books. I also read 2 chapters. I read a little bit of everything yesterday. I also read 2 chapters of Everybody Always, which is a book by Bob Goff. It's like a Christian living type of book about loving everybody, even the ones who seem unlovable. I'll be reading that with Chloe from Always Booked. So yeah, in the middle of quite a few books right now, but I am taking a break. I'm probably going to listen to a podcast on my way to Christine's house because I'm way far behind on all my podcast listening. So right now I'm in the middle of Annie B. Jones from her podcast is From the Front Porch. And I'm listening to her and 2 of her booksellers from their bookshop tell about their favorite reads of 2020. So I'm enjoying listening to that and hearing about some new books that I am not familiar with. And yeah, so that will carry me to Christine's house. And then I will show you a little clip once we get to Williamsburg. It's going to be a lovely day. So Colonial Williamsburg is the cutest little town. It's so fun to go there. We just walked and walked and walked and walked for like a couple hours, 4 hours maybe, and just had a ball walking around the town, seeing people dressed in period costume. We ate lunch outside. It was 60 degrees. It was a gorgeous day. So we just enjoyed walking around. My feet are a little sore now. I did not wear the greatest sneakers, but it is what it is. So now I'm home and I haven't read anything yet today. So I'm going to start with my 2 chapters from Everybody Always so I can check in with Chloe about those. Then I'm going to probably read some more of that New Year's book this time. Is it this time next year or this time last year? Hold on, let me check. next year, this time next year. Here's the cover of it. I took the jacket off, but this is the cover. It was one of my book of the month books. So I'm going to read that a little bit. And then I need to take down my Christmas tree because I'm getting a new chair tomorrow. It's being delivered. One of the families I nanny for bought me a chair for Christmas that I've been talking about for years. And I'm very excited. So I need to make space. So the tree needs to come down. This chair that's on the opposite side of my living room is going to go over there because it's a shorter one and I don't want to block too much of the light coming in from the window. So I think I'll put this one over there and then my tall chair will come tomorrow and I'll show you when it comes and is all put together. It's yellow and I'm so excited. I've been debating putting it in my library and using that as my like filming location now on the chair, but I think I just want it in here in this living room. I need a bright spot in here, a big pop of color. So it's going to go in here and I can't wait, but the tree needs to come down. Although look, it's so pretty. This set of bulbs blew. So it's been like pretty lame for the last week or so, but it's okay. It's okay. It's time to come down. So I'll just go like that so you could just see that part. Like my jammy pants, I'm cozy. So I need to take that down, put all the ornaments away, pack up Christmas. I won't finish packing up Christmas, but the tree needs to come down today. And read. So I'm going to do a timer cleaning, timer reading. I'm going to set a timer for 15 minutes. I'm going to start with reading. Then I'm going to reset the timer for 15 minutes, do tree, back and forth, until it's all done. Super exciting night. I'll check in later and let you know how everything has progressed this evening. Well, it's time to go to bed. It is 11 o'clock. I have church in the morning and I didn't get very much reading done tonight. I read my 2 chapters of Everybody Always and talked with Chloe about them. And then I just read about 30 pages in This Time Next Year. But there's no tree. It's down. Yay! And packed away. I still have the boxes of ornaments sitting around that I need to pack away as well. I'll do all that tomorrow. But the tree is down. I vacuumed the floor. It's so funny. My tree is a fake tree. I have had it probably 20 years. And my aunt and uncle who gave it to me had it for a few years before that. But it looks so real. And it sheds. Like I have to vacuum up the needles at the end when I'm putting it away, which is so bizarre to me because it's a fake tree. I shouldn't have to vacuum up the needles. Oh well, it's done. I'm ready for a new share. It's coming tomorrow. So I will chat with you tomorrow. Hopefully, well, I mean, I had so much fun today going out. So I'm not going to say hopefully I read more tomorrow because I don't regret that I didn't read too much today. I participated in Christy Lewis had a live show tonight where her and 3 friends talked about 100 Years of Solitude, which is not a book that I ever had an interest in reading, but I kind of want to read it along with them this month. I don't know. I put it on hold at the library. We'll see when it comes in. I feel like it might be a little too literary for me, but I'm going to give it a go. If the book comes in from the library on time to read it along with the group, because just hearing them chat about it and have a good discussion about it. She did some productivity sprints, which is when I did my reading and working on the tree. So it was a good night, but now I need to go to bed. So I will talk with you tomorrow. Mwah. Good night, friends. Hello, happy Sunday. It is 3:30. I have not filmed anything today, but it's been a pretty chill day. Went to church this morning, watched Polar Express with about 6 kids. Not very exciting. Came home, had lunch, and then right away started reading this book, This Time Next Year. And I'm on page 243 out of like 343. I think I have about 100 pages left. How many pages are in here? I don't have a bookmark, so I'm trying not to lose my spot. Yeah, 330. I have 90 pages left. Definitely will finish this one today. But I'm going to take a break right now because do you see that bright yellow thing down there? This is like the bottom of the chair. That's the back of the chair. That's the big box it came in. There's the arms. I need to put it all together. Yay for IKEA. I will show you when it's done. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. a really bad angle, but yay! Friends, I did it. I put together my chair and then I cleaned my living room. Let me show you. Except this part. This is all stuff that needs to go away. It needs to be given away or taken to Goodwill or sold on Facebook Marketplace. But let me flip this around. Here's my new chair in its new home in my living room. My cozy little living room. This is my red shelf, books that I've read. This is where I normally live. Now I'm gonna live here. Oh, it makes me so happy. I still need to hang something on that wall. I've lived here for 3 years. Still haven't hung anything. Oh, isn't it cute? I kind of want the ottoman that goes with it now. Oh, it makes me so happy. Yay! Well, friends, it's time for me to wrap this up. I have not done much more reading tonight. I've been chatting with my middle grade March people about middle grade March, which makes me so excited. I put a ton of books on hold at the library. But I do want to wrap this up so that I can finish editing this video and get it ready to go up in the morning. So I did read 2 more chapters of Everybody Always. So I've read 6 chapters now with Chloe this weekend at page 52. And it's good. It's not like mind-blowing or really teaching me anything new. There's been a couple quotes that I underlined, things to think about. Bob Goff is such a big personality. I can imagine being around him all the time would be a little tiring just because I'm like, whoa, that is a lot. He's just full on all the time. And that comes across. And he's got good things to say. And I agree with the things that he's saying, but some of it is just a lot. I was just going to read one quote that I loved that I read this weekend. It says, "When joy is a habit, love is a reflex." And I love that. When we're choosing joy, when I'm choosing joy, when I'm choosing to be grateful and have that kind of a perspective on the world, it's so much easier for me to extend that love to other people. When I'm focusing on the negative and not finding the joy, it's harder for me to extend love to other people. So I just love that. When joy is a habit, love is a reflex. It kind of comes naturally out of that place of joy. So good. And then I did finish that This Time Next Year by Sophie Cousins. I really enjoyed this. I gave it 4 stars. If I were a half-star person, it might even get 4.5. I very rarely give contemporaries 5 stars. This would be super close in my book, though. So we follow these 2 people. Like I said, they were born at the same time, almost exactly. And then years later, they come in contact with each other. And Minnie really hates her birthday because she just feels like she's unlucky on her birthday and everything seems to go wrong. She's kind of jinxed, sees herself as jinxed. And then Quinn is seems like he has everything together. Of course, we know that there's so much more to the story. And I love that when a romance goes deep, right? So both of these 2 people have some stuff to work through. But I love that therapy, Quinn, the guy, goes to therapy. He started with one of his ex-girlfriends. I wanted them to go to relationship counseling together. And in the process of that, the counselor was like, I think Quinn could really benefit from having one-on-one sessions. And so he chose that. The girlfriend was kind of like not having it, but he wanted to stick with it because he realized that he had things he needed to work on. And so I loved that that was like super normalized and was a good thing. And I loved that there was a big emphasis on being healthy as an individual before being a part of a relationship. And I really liked that. And I also really liked that there was no sexy times. The most we had was kissing in this book. So it's just super sweet and British and fun and a lot of British humor, a lot of British words, British locations. It takes place in London. I really enjoyed it very much. So this is 4 stars. I'm so glad I read it, especially at the beginning of January, since a lot of the focus of the book is set on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day throughout their lives, like different years. So it does kind of hop around in the timeline a little bit, but it wasn't hard to follow as long as I paid attention to those chapter headings. But yeah, super fun book. So I'm glad that I read that this weekend. I am now... It's 20 till 10. I'm now going to go do yoga because I've committed myself to a 30-day yoga challenge in the month of January and I haven't done it yet today. mainly because I was putting my chair together and just chilling and hanging out on my computer and chatting with some friends, which is all good things. So now I'm going to go do my yoga as I get ready for bed. And then I'm going to bed. So that's that. This will wrap it up. Thanks so much for watching. I would love to chat with you down in the comments. How is your January starting out? How did you ring in the new year? Did you celebrate with any friends? Did you have games? Did you drink something sparkly? Or did you just chill in your jammies watching a movie at home, which is totally fine too. And that's exactly what I did. So I would just love to hear, how is your new year starting out? And I mean, I didn't really talk about goals outside of bookish goals. This would be the video that I should do that, but I'm not going to. So I will say that I'm doing Whole30 in January, and I'm doing 30 days of yoga in January. So those are my 2 monthly goals. I've said this before, but I kind of prefer monthly goals to yearly goals anyway, because they just feel so much more achievable, and I will stay focused on them. It's easier to focus for 31 days than it is for 365 days. So I am going to continue, hopefully, giving myself some monthly challenges along the way. But let's chat down in the comments below. You guys know I love talking with you down there, and I will talk to you in another video very soon. Bye.